At 16-8 right now, looking for win number 17. And more so for the numbers personally for these players, they're interested in winning. You talk about numbers, you look at Hanley Ramirez. Right now, he is on pace to have a career best season. He had 29 home runs back in 2007 while with the Marlins. That was his career high. He's got 26 right now. And in 2009, he had 106 RBIs. That was his career high. He's got 102 currently. So Hanley Ramirez is on a career season pace. And he said after the game he hasn't even started to get hot yet. So we'll see how long it takes him to really get hot. But Andrew Benintendi back in the lineup today in left field. Red Sox happy to see him back out there hitting in the 9 spot. And he said that he's really enjoying learning left field here at Fenway Park, as it is so different than anywhere else. The Red Sox and Yankees set for game number 3 of this 4-game set. Don't forget tomorrow night an 8:08 scheduled start as left-hander Drew Pomeranz, who is 2-5, will take on left-hander CC Sabathia, who is 8-12. John Farrell actually hinting today that David Ortiz may not start tomorrow night against the lefty Sabathia, but that is still up in the air at this point in time. David a little sore coming into the clubhouse early this morning after having to leg out what could have been 2 doubles last night. He was thrown out at second base the first time, made it the next time. So Price gets the baseball back from Travis Shaw after the infield tosses it around. He'll get on top of the hill. Brett Gardner, the left fielder for the Yankees, getting set to step in. And with a play-by-play is Red Sox Hall of Famer Joe Castiglione.
All right, thank you so much, Tim Neverett. It's David Price seeking his 8th straight win, facing Gardner. Brett Gardner last night snapped 0 for 15 with a base hit. A double to left. He's hitting .258, 7 homers, and 36 RBIs. Milwaukee waiting for the cue from television, and now Price ready to pitch to the Yankee left fielder, left-hand batter. David rocks, and his first pitch of the ball game is over the inside edge. A call strike, a fastball at 92. Wind out of the southwest at 17, although not that strong at the moment, going out toward left. 75 degrees and beautiful. Bounding ball hit the second. Pedroia has it on the third hop and throws him out. PD half a step to his right. Gets Gardner 4-3. Went up there at 258. And now here's Ellsbury. He's at 267. 9 homers and 52 RBIs for Jacoby. Still hears it from the crowd here. He's had some good success against Price. 357, and it's a good sample size. 70 at bats, 25 hits, 1 homer, 6 RBIs. That's better than he does against many lefties. Of course, facing a premier left-hander here in David Price. First year with the Red Sox. And he is rounding into form when it counts the most. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. Good fastball. Bill Welke calling the balls and strikes. Veteran umpire. His brother Tim's on disability this year. He had 2 knee replacements, and he will retire officially after the season. 0-1 deal. That's up and in. Bright sunshine engulfing the ballpark. And another full house anticipated. This will be the 31st straight sellout. Price delivers, and a swing and a miss at a breaking ball down and away. Able to throw the off-speed pitch, the changeup to lefties as well as righties. Yankees have lost 3 straight and 5 of their last 6. They are 77-70. Right now, Baltimore and Toronto tied for the wild card, so they play each other. Here's a soft line drive caught by the third baseman. Shaw, chance to move to his left about 3 steps to reach up and grab it. So Ellsbury is out on a liner to third. And here's Sanchez, who's DHing today, hitting at .320, 14 homers, 27 RBIs. 25 of his 48 hits have been for extra bases. How about Insurance Foundation, the presenting sponsor of our very successful WEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, dedicated to striking out cancer in kids, donating $50 for every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher. How about insurance here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. WEI Nesson presented the Jimmy Fund with a $3.6 million check here a couple of nights ago on the field. Foul to the right out of play by Sanchez. With a 2-run double last night, also grounded into 2 double plays. Season series is 9-5 Red Sox, and the Red Sox have won 6 of the first 8 games here. Win today, and they clinch the season series for the first time since 2013. Sanchez, 23 years old, out of San Domingo. Does use an interpreter for his interviews, but speaks some English. Pass ball missing outside. First inning presented by Volvo. Get everything you want this summer and more from Volvo for a limited time. They're making the Premier Package complimentary. Visit your local Volvo dealer for details. David with a 1-1 pitch coming to the young Yankee slugger. And he grounds a foul that almost nails Starlin Castro in the on-deck area. Now, they talk about the baby bombers, but really the only young guy who's been prominent has been Sanchez. Austin had a walk-off homer. Homer is first at bat, but he struggled. Judge struck out half the time, and he's been shut down for the rest of the season with an oblique injury. A lot of young pitchers in their bullpen. The 1-2. Swinging a pop-up first base side. Hanley fighting the sun and the outfield grass. Makes the catch. Quick inning for David Price. He gets them on 10 pitches after half an inning. Low score, bottom half of the first inning. Now through Sunday, 8-ounce bags or bars of Lucerne cheese on sale, 4 for $5, limited 4 at Shaw's, official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Red Sox facing Brian Mitchell for the first time this season. They've had 4 chances against him in the past out of the bullpen. No decisions, a 6.14 ERA. Mitchell missed most of this season with a tear in the big toe on his right foot, or left foot. And that happened at the end of spring training. He pitched in only 6 minor league games, is 0-1 with a 4.29 ERA with the Yankees. 1-1, a 6.14 ERA. It was under 3 until yesterday when Joe Torre overturned a scoring call. Took an error away from Judge, the right fielder. Made the runs earned, 3 earned runs, and the ERA jumped over 6. Brian Mitchell facing Pedroia. The first pitch is in there for a strike. Petey at .330, second to Altuve, 13 homers, 64 RBIs. Altuve now at .341. Pedroia with 189 hits. And flourishing in the leadoff spot, a .432 average. The pitch. Jerevin down the right field line toward the pesky pole, and it is a foul ball. Oh, it almost hit the screen. Had the distance. We saw Petey tuck one in there earlier. Petey's looking into the dugout. And the Red Sox are looking to see if perhaps they should review it. Hard to tell from here. The crowd reacted as though it was a home run. It's a fastball up and away. And they're not going to look.
It looked like it crossed to the right of the pole from the replay we just saw.
So Petey narrowly missing a pesky pole homer. Hit a grand slam that way earlier this year. And he chops one off the plate toward third, but he kicks foul. By Byron Butterfield in the third base coaching box. Pedroia with 189 hits. And in the top 10 in toughest to fan, 9.3 Ks. Mitchell had 5 scoreless innings in a win over Toronto in his first start with the Yankees on September 7th. The Dodgers, though, pounded him for 5 earned runs, 6 runs, and 9 hits and 2 1/3 on the 12th. Here's the 0-2. And a drive into right field. And here comes Refsnyder. He's there and makes the catch. Moving a few steps to his left. One man down. So it brings up Bogaerts, who's at 295 with 19 homers, 85 RBIs. Scouts say Mitchell has plus stuff. 4-pitch pitcher. But that it's easy to see the ball out of his hand, and that's a big reason he's had trouble with lefties. It's not a high pick by the Yankees. In fact, he was a 16th round pick back in 09. He's 25, so he's had some time in the minors. From Reidsville, North Carolina, now makes his home in Tampa. And Xander takes a little low ball one. Lefties rating 500 against him this year, 7 for 14 in his 2 starts. Mitchell debuted 4 different stints in 2014. Last year had 4 stints as well. The pitch, swing and a miss, and this was a lost season, at least till this month, because of that toe injury. He's 6'3", 210 pounds. And he's 1-1 now to Xander. Mitchell deals. And there's a long foul to left. Oh, that's over the Coca-Cola sign. Out there in Lansdowne Street over by Leap Fitness Center. That was crushed.
And Xander loves day games. He said he loves hitting during the day. Growing up in Aruba, he had nothing but day games, really became accustomed to it. So now when he's got a day game, it's something special. Says he sees the ball much better.
1-2. Fisted in the air on the right side. Second baseman Castro was there to grab it, so he came in on him and jammed him. 2 men down as they reach the Safe Light Auto Glass part of the order. For every home run by batters 3 through 6, Safe Light donates $200 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Massachusetts. It's Poppy. David hitting .320, 3rd overall, 34 homers. Second in RBIs with 115. He is 3 behind Encarnacion. Leads in doubles with 47 and slugging at .631. And an extra base hits with 82. He has more RBIs than anyone ever over the age of 40. They shift on him. Mitchell deals and misses outside. David has 53 career home runs against the New York Yankees. Moved ahead of Yaz by 1. He's tied for 4th all time. The pitch, big swing and a miss at a pitch up and away. Tied with Hank Greenberg for 4th. He's a Hall of Famer. 6 home runs against the Yanks this year. And the pitch. Check swing and a slider low and inside. He went, says the third base umpire, DJ Rayburn, on the appeal. 1-2. Mitchell committed to University of North Carolina to pitch after high school, but then signed with the Yankees instead. The pitch. And a swinging strike. The bottom fell out of that one, down and away. A sinking fastball at 97. So David fans, Mitchell.
MBX1 going to change the way you experience TV. You can track live scores right on your TV and easily switch between games with the Sports app. Only 2 of the games going on, both the National League. The Nats have an early 1-0 lead on the Braves. Bottom one in Atlanta. Turner, his 10th home run of the year. Pirates, a 2-0 lead on the Reds. That one, top one in Cincinnati. AL East action earlier. Rays at the Orioles. Matt Andriese and Chris Tillman, the pitching matchup there.
Pitch to Starlin Castro is over the outside half for a strike.
Blue Jays will play at the Angels tonight. Liriano and Nolasco, the pitching matchup. And Buster Olney today reporting on the Padres-Red Sox issue, Joe, that resulted in A.J. Preller getting suspended for a month.
Here's the pitch, and it's a swinging strike.
First report I've seen where they've detailed the injury for Pomerantz. Buster Olney is reporting today that the injury to Drew Pomerantz the Padres were hiding was elbow discomfort in his throwing elbow. So I'm sure Red Sox fans not going to be thrilled with reading that news today out of San Diego. Joe?
All right, Mike, and I see Scott Lauber has a story on ESPN.com that other executives in baseball feel they should be stiffer penalties. Swinging miss and strike 3. Down he goes on 3 pitches. Castro fanning out a very good changeup. One man down for Butler.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, the general consensus is that the punishment was not very harsh at all, and the Red Sox really didn't get anything out of it in terms of compensation back.
You wonder how any other club would deal with the Padres with that situation. Here's Billy Butler at the pinch home run last night. He takes high ball one. He's driven in 4 runs in his first 2 games with the Yankees after a very tough season with the Athletics. Overall, he's hitting .280, but with only 5 homers and 35 RBIs. This big right-hand batter. One of the slowest runners in the game. The pitch. And a breaking ball in there for a strike.
Yeah, Preller's suspension is supposed to begin the day after tomorrow, Monday. So
they gave him 3 days grace?
Yes. Apparently he was visiting Instructional League, and there are some people around baseball not happy about that.
Call strike. 1 and 2. From what you read, other executives are pretty much in agreement that the penalty was not harsh enough. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Butler. Former Kansas City Royal. The pitch. Little bit low and away. That was close. Pomerantz pitching tomorrow against CC Sabathia here. 8:08 first pitch.
I know Pomerantz has been asked about this story, but he said, I don't really know. I'm just the guy who was traded. That's what he says.
2-2. Swing and a drive foul down the first base side into the State Street Pavilion. Cumberland Farms celebrating a 99-cent any-size coffee, giving you a chance to win $99,999. Yeah, Boston, it's a grand slam off the 99th pitch. You win. Enter at CumberlandFarms.com. Cumberland Farms, official coffee of the Red Sox Radio Network. Butler wearing the number 36. Blue on the back of the traveling Yankee Grays. And the 2-2 pitch. And he fouls it straight back out of play. Butler was minor league batting champ. Oakland let him go with another year on his deal at some $10 million. Yeah, the celebrated fight with Danny Valencia, we understand, maybe let go soon. Butler suffered a concussion in the battle. The pitch up and away. So the count has gone Phil to the Yankee first baseman. Butler's been basically a DH, but can play first. They've thrown 20 pitches so far, 15 for strikes. Yankees 33 and 39 away from the Bronx. The pitch. Swing and a hard shot on the ground into left center, a base hit. So Butler hitting one between Bogaerts and the second base bag. There's the first hit of the game and the first base runner. And now Didi Gregorius, who's hitting .274, 18 homers. Hitting over 300 against lefties, and he's had some success. 6-4-15 at 400 against Price. Glorious left-hand batter who hangs in there very well. Red Sox against the East this year, 33 and 28. 18 and 15 at home, 15 and 13 on the road. And the pitch to Gregorius, big swing and a miss at an inside fastball. Yankees against the East, 28 and 33. With a winning record only against Tampa Bay, 9 and 7. 8 and 8 against Baltimore. Here's the pitch, and Gregorius swings and misses at an inside fastball. Challenged them again and beat him. Beautiful late summer afternoon. Summer for another 4 or 5 days. Beautiful harvest moon last night, probably tonight as well. Nothing in 2. And here it is, swinging a foul to the left out of play.
This is one of the best times of year in New England.
Yeah, September might be the nicest month.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, I remember years ago living here in the Back Bay when I went to college here, and I loved this time of year. It was the absolute best. It's kind of the gateway to October. Well, it is the gateway to October, which is probably the next best month.
And the Red Sox hope to be very busy in October, after the 2nd, that is. 0-2 to Gregorius. The chokes up slightly. And he swings and hits it in the air to shallow left center. Benintendi coming in. Andrew is there and has it for the out. Big one today in New Haven. Colgate visiting Yale. Got to beat those Ivies.
Bragging rights.
Well, they lost its opener to Syracuse, although they did take the early lead.
Has Yale ever figured out which name they're going to select? Is it going to be Bulldogs or Eli? Which one
They're
is
the
it?
Bulldogs now.
No more Eli?
I think that changed when they went co-ed.
Oh.
Here's Headley, switch hitter, 257, 14 homers, 50 RBIs. And the pitch is in there for a strike.
I know Harvard people have a different name for them.
Harvard with a big win last night over Rhode Island. But they have quite a program at Harvard. That Tim Murphy's done a great job over the years. Yale's coach, Tony Reno, used to be at Harvard, visited us up in the booth here last season. He's a big Red Sox fan. Pitch is low and away. So is their sports information director, our good friend Steve Kahn, who often helps us during the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon.
That's a great campus to take a walk on this time of the year, too.
Indeed. My hometown, the pitch. Foul tip, and that took a piece out of Sandy Leon. He's on one knee, took a shot in the jaw last night. I think this one hit him on the hip or the leg, and Welke walks a new ball out to give Leon a chance to catch his breath.
Yeah, Sandy catching the day game after the night game, that's more than likely because he'll be off tomorrow night with Pomeranz pitching. Sandy hasn't been catching him. It had been Holiday and then Hannigan.
And he just had a look into the dugout. Sometimes they do that to see if there'll be a pickoff play on. 1-2 the count. 2-out runner at first. Pitch to Headley. And he hits it in the air down the right field line. Mookie Betts cruising over to his left with a grass and track meet. He hauls it in to retire the side. So the Yankees leave a man after 1.5 now. That'll put it games of 61 and total bases with 334. Second in runs scored with 111 and third in hits with 194. The pitch. And it misses low and away. Started him with a cutter. Rachel has a good arm plus stuff, but he tends to get hit hard at times. The pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, shallow left center, shortstop out, left fielder on, and it drops. They both let it go. There's some trouble with the sun, perhaps, but miscommunication between Gregorius and Gardner, and a routine pop-up drops. Either could have caught it easily.
Yeah, that was back pocket for Gregorius or Gardner. Gardner coming in has priority on that. The outfielder coming in always has the easier play, but surprising to see. I mean, they are battling a bright blue sky. There's a few white puffy clouds around, but mostly a blue sky as a backdrop.
It almost hit Gregorius. He scored a hit. So Mookie will take it. 195th. And here's Hanley, who's been on fire. And the Red Sox best hitter the last 30 days or so, said John Farrell. 26 homers, 102 RBIs, which is fifth, 286 average. 10 homers in his last 19 games. The pitch. Taking all the way, and a fastball's inside, ball one. John was telling us on the pregame that Hanley has not missed that high fastball up over the plate. He has made pitchers pay for those mistakes. For the Red Sox with a gift base hit, decent lead for the runner at first. Call strike. Austin Romine is the catcher today. Son of the former Red Sox outfielder Kevin Romine. One ball, one strike. Mitchell making his third start of the year. And he throws to first. Mookie falling back with a hand tag. Travis Shaw to follow. After that, Sandy Leon. Red Sox on the homestand are 3-2. They were 1-2 against the Orioles. The 1-1 pitch. And a slider missing low and away. Mitchell spent parts of 7 years in the minors, of being signed right out of high school. Never really had any superb records. It does have enough stuff that they have some faith in his ability. 2-1, foul to the backstop. Minor league record 27-40 with an ERA of about 4.25. Yankees with a lot of young relievers, many of whom are more organizational types than top prospects.
More suspects than prospects.
Well, that's a more blunt way of putting it. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Inside. They have 13 relievers in their bullpen.
It was a parade last night.
Could well be again today.
And whether or not a manager agrees with the rule, September you can have all these guys, they still use what's available to them. They've got to.
They can mix and match for 4 or 5 innings. 3-2. We'll see what Mookie does. He goes. The pitch. Ground ball. Top down the third base line. If it stays first, going to be a base hit. And it is. Headley picked it up with a bare hand and threw far too late. Swinging bunt hit for Hanley Ramirez. Well, he didn't crush that one like he's been hitting those home runs into the bleachers, but he counts as a base hit nonetheless. 2 men on, nobody out for Travis Shaw, who's had 16 homers. He knocked in 71, one on a sac fly last night, and batting at .254 as we complete the Safe Light Auto Glass part of the order. Remember, when Red Sox batters 3 through 6 homers, Safe Light donates $200 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Massachusetts. Red Sox with little history individually against this pitcher. Shaw's 1 for 2. He looks like the kind of pitcher that Travis should handle pretty well. Right-hander lefties get a good look at the ball out of his hand. So 2 gift hits here. Pop fly that should have been caught in the swinging bunt in the pitch. And he swings and misses at an inside curveball. Mitchell's been throwing strikes. 21 pitches, 15 strikes.
And as a team, you get these 2 gift hits, you start feeling, hey, we've got to take advantage of this big time because there's still nobody out.
No score in this one. Wind blowing out straight now towards center. The pitch. Swinging a high pop up left side. Gregorius back in the left. Gardner coming on, and Gregorius makes the catch. There's a little confusion again there. And that time was caused more by the sun, I think. And Gregorius grabbed it with a backhand catch. So 1 down, and it brings up Sandy Leon, who's hit in his last 10 games against the Yankees. Overall, .345, 7 homers. He's knocked in 34. 2 on and 1 out, no score. Jackie on deck. After that, Benintendi. Five lefties in the lineup when you include the switch hitters today. And wins picked up considerably. Should be a hitter's win. Mitchell delivers. And he bounces it in there. Ball 1. He did hit 97 with a pitch that fanned Ortiz. Throws a lot of cutters. And a pretty decent curveball. Mookie at second, Hanley at first with 1 out. Mitchell ready. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly to center field. Ellsbury didn't see it right away. Now he's still battling the sun as he finds the ball and makes the catch. Used his glove as a shield. That must be a much more difficult sun than we've seen here in a long time. 2 now for JBJ, who homered off a lefty last night. He has 25 homers, 85 RBIs, hitting at .272. Mitchell is on 24 pitches, 17 4 strikes. Looks like got 2 gift hits here, and they'd like to take advantage, but they're 2 men out now, and the runners have not moved up. Mitchell delivers, and a strike over the inside corner of the plate with a curveball. Jackie batting 8th today, Benintendi behind him. Young right-hander deals, and a fastball is too high. Jackie, 4th Red Sox player with 25 home runs. 25 homers for the guy that wears number 25. His lead at first and second, and the 1-1 pitch. Mitchell deals. Up and in. Almost hit him on the hand.
Well, the Red Sox are in a string of 4 consecutive left-handed batters. So far, they're 0 for 2.
And in the game, as we mentioned, lefty 7 for 14 against Mitchell. Who missed most of this season with a tear in the left toe, big toe on his left foot. 2-1. Foul to the backstop. He had a rip at a pitch down and in. Another curveball. So it remains 2-2. Mitchell not in any hurry. Third baseman Headley wide of the line, but no real overshift. 2-2 pitch to JBJ. Here it is. And he swings and rips one down the right field line, but foul. Pulled a shot just past canvas alley into the box seats. So he got away with a hanging curveball, Jackie, a little too quick.
That ball was left up out over, and he pulled it. Squared it up, but pulled it too much.
So it'll be another 2-2. Young right-hander ready to deal. Here it is. And he missed low on the inside with another curve.
Now, one thing, we expected the left-handed hitters to be pitched away today from Mitchell, but it's been anything but so far. He's been coming with breaking balls and fastballs in.
So the runners will be going. Mookie from second and Hanley at first with 2 down. A 3-2 count to Jackie Bradley Jr. 25-year-old righty is ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. Held by the catcher. Strike three. Snow cone effect. Romine caught it in the webbing, and the Red Sox leave two. They waste two gift hits after.
Off the top of the pitching rubber with his spikes. Now we'll tow it right in the center. Side saddle start, as his style has always been. Now he kicks and delivers the first pitch to Romine. It's fouled back, strike one. David allowed 3 runs on 11 hits with a strikeout and a walk over 5 2/3 in his last start against the Yankees on the 17th of July. He's 1-2 against them in 3 starts this season. The pitch swung on, fouled back to the right, and that is strike 2. But what we've seen over his last 24 starts, you go back to the 12th of May, it's been the 6th lowest ERA in the American League at 3.07. Remember, he had the rough start, but he has certainly made up for that over a short period of time. Here's the 0-2. Missed on the outside edge. He tried to change, and Romine didn't bite it. Romine hitting .235, right-handed batter with 4 home runs and 22 runs batted in. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Romine winds the bat around, and Price now into his wind. The pitch swung on and looped into left center field. That one will get down for a hit. Benintendi over to cut it off with a backhand. Romine big turnaround first, but he'll stop there. And it is a leadoff single for Austin Romine. Second hit for the Yankees this afternoon. Rob Refsnyder, the right fielder, due up next. Now through Sunday, fall is in the air, with Gallo, McIntosh, or Ginger Gold apples sold in a tote bag at only 77 cents per pound at Shaw's, the official supermarket of the Boston Red Sox radio network. Refsnyder at 259. Started in right field in game 1 Thursday night. Didn't get a hit. Nobody out. Oh, Romine is at first base. Middle infield looks for 2. Shaw even with the bag at third. The pitch is up high, a fastball. Well, changeup really straight, but up high. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Only 4 more home games in the regular season for the Red Sox. Tomorrow night here against the Yankees. 1-0 pitch, and that is on the outside edge for a strike. There was the change. Good changeup. And then the final 3 games of the regular season against the Toronto Blue Jays here. In the meantime, another 3-city tour coming. Baltimore, Tampa Bay, New York. Final road trip of the regular season. Nobody out. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Swung on. That's fouled back off of part of Sandy Leon's equipment. 1-2 to Refsnyder. The way things started today in terms of the batting race, I haven't mentioned that yet. Dustin Pedroia is still very much in it. Jose Altuve held serve out west last night. Houston taking on Seattle. And he started the day at 341, finished the day at 341. Dustin Pedroia at 330, so 11 back. He is 10 ahead of David Ortiz. Ortiz with the 3rd highest batting average in the American League. Pitch is swung on and fouled back. Refsnyder with a 1-2 count. League leaders brought to you by Massachusetts General Hospital Cancer Center. Ortiz in the Triple Crown categories. He is not in the top 10 in home runs. 34 home runs. That ties him for 10th. But Mark Trumbo of Baltimore still with the lead at 42. There is strike 3 called. Fastball. And Refsnyder goes down. That's strikeout number 2 for David Price. 212 on the season for Price. Back to the top of the order, and Brett Gardner. 1 out and 1 on for the Yankees. Still no score. On a gorgeous sun-splashed Saturday afternoon in Boston. Boy, what a day to take in this game and then enjoy the city on what will be a beautiful night, too. So much to do here. Well, Price facing the left fielder, Gardner, for the second time. He got him to ground out to Pedroia first time up, and that time Gardner frozen by a curveball. 0-1. Edwin Encarnacion, a couple of more RBIs last night against the Angels, so he leads Ortiz in that category by 3. 118 for Encarnacion, 115 for Ortiz. Third is Albert Pujols of the Angels with 110. This ball is hit in the air to right center field in the direction of the triangle. It's going to get down and go in there. Romine rounding second, now rounding third. Heading for third is Gardner, and scoring is Romine. It's a triple that produces a run for the Yankees, and they strike first this afternoon. It's 1-0. Well, Gardner placed that one perfectly between Betts and Bradley. It rolled into the triangle, and Gardner took off, and scoring all the way from first base was Romine.
It's a high fastball, pretty much down the middle, and he nailed it.
6th triple of the season for Brett Gardner, and his 37th run batted in. So with 1 out, the infield comes in. Gardner the runner at third base for Jacoby Ellsbury, who lined out to Shaw in the first. Ellsbury's had some success against Price in the past. 25 for 71 against him. Swings and fouls this pitch back. That's about 350.
Really used a strikeout here. The infield is in.
David gets ahead, no balls and 1 strike. Outfield pretty well straight up. As Ellsbury, the left-handed hitting center fielder, waves the bat back and forth, looking out at Price. David gets the sign, and now the left-hander comes home. And just missed on the inside edge. Fastball at 94. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Like it could have tied up Ellsbury, but he decided not to swing, and he got a call. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0 Yankees on the RBI triple by Brett Gardner. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Price. Swung on, fouled back. Stays ahead of him 1-2. Ellsbury against Price has 6 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. The most hits Price has allowed to any one single batter in his career.
71 at bats. That's a big reason why.
So Price trying to do some catch-up work here. Infield in, 1 out. Gardner off third base. Stretched by David. Set at the belt, the kick and the pitch. And Ellsbury hits a ground ball to first. Hanley looks the runner back. Now steps on the bag. 2 men out. Ellsbury hit one that just hugged the grass down to first, right near the line. And Hanley there to make the play. So 2 out. That's a big out. Gary Sanchez coming up. Sanchez is 48 for 151 in his career this year, and 25 of those 48 hits have gone for extra bases. A big right-handed hitter digging in. Normally the catcher, but Joe Girardi certainly wants to keep his bat in the lineup, so he's got him as the designated hitter today. Gardner creeping off of third. Price's pitch missed outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Back on the 10th of this month, just a week ago, Gary Sanchez was being walked intentionally by Seattle, and he wasn't ready to allow himself to get on base. For whatever reason, the Seattle pitcher threw him a curveball. And the pitch outside, it's 2-0.
He almost hit it out. It was a sac fly.
Yeah, almost hit it out about 400 feet to the warning track in center field. New York hitting coach Alan Cockrell told him always be ready, even in an intentional walk situation. So apparently he's a good listener. 2-0, swing and a miss. David got the fastball by it. David's sitting about 94, 95 on the fastball so far today. 2 balls and a strike to Sanchez. I don't know. I can never remember another guy, Joe, can you, that swung at a pitch that was meant to be an intentional ball?
Well, it's happened before. I can't recall a specific case, but that's one reason why you don't make the 4 pitches automatic.
2-1. Swung on, popped up foul. That is back and into the seats for strike 2.
I mean, that doesn't really take much time.
No, that's something that's been proposed. I'm not sure who was proposing it, but when you look at the stories about, speed up rules and things like that, you do have that at lower levels of baseball where you just want to put a guy on, you put him on, but it really doesn't take all that much time for an intentional walk. Plus, stakes are a little higher here. I mean, there could be a pass ball. There could be a number of things that could happen. Doesn't normally, but it could happen. 2-2 pitch. Sanchez fouls it back right up here. That is just above the Yankee radio booth.
Chris Singleton, former outfielder in the ESPN radio booth, wanted it, but a little too tall.
To take measures to protect ourselves up here. Had a lot of balls in this direction during this homestand.
Where's your glove?
It's on the way. It's being delivered as we speak. Price set at the mound, and now the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hammered. This ball is way gone. Over the signage and out on the Lansdowne Street, and Gary Sanchez has hit his 15th home run, and the Yankees now lead it by a 3-0 score. Well, Price was giving up a career high 25 home runs now. Gary Sanchez has absolutely made his mark in the American League and with the New York Yankees, and you'll see a lot of him for the foreseeable future. 2-run homer, his 28th and 29th runs batted in. 2 outs and 2 strikes, and Price couldn't retire him. So Sanchez drives in 2 more. Bases empty for Starlin Castro. He's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging to start the 2nd inning.
That was a fastball just above the knees on the inner half, not in close enough to tie him up. He is strong.
1-0 pitch. And Castro fouls it off down the right side. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The radio home for Boston Red Sox baseball. This is Sports Radio WEEI Boston. WEEI FM and HD1 Lawrence, Boston.
1 ball, 1 strike to Starlin Castro. And Price delivers. It's fouled back.
15 homers and 152 at bats for Sanchez.
That's pretty substantial. Every day, every moment holds the opportunity for something amazing to happen. That's Mass General Hospital Cancer Center. Every day amazing. Visit massgeneral.org/playball for cancer. Top of the 3rd inning, Yankees 3, Red Sox nothing. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled back again by Castro. Well, Gary Sanchez is a guy you have to keep in the park somehow, some way. And the more he plays, the more his reputation grows. offensively speaking, for a guy who did not begin the season in the big leagues, I think there'd be few who would argue he might be the best young offensive player. This ball's popped up right field. Mookie Betts, looking up into the blue sky, will make the catch. And the side is retired, but not before some damage is done. A single, a triple, and a Gary Sanchez 2-run home run. And after 2.5 innings, it's the Yankees 3, Red Sox nothing on the Shaw. That extended the lead from 1-0 to 3-0. And now the pitch from Mitchell in for a strike to Benintendi. There's Mitchell's second pitch on the way, the 0-1. And that's right at the knees. It's 0-2 to Benintendi. Red Sox have the lowest percentage of first pitch swings in the majors. 0-2 pitch, that's up high. 21% of the time. The league average 28.4% of the time will be a first pitch swing. However, the Red Sox on the opposite end of the spectrum have the highest batting average on first pitch swings at 376. The league average at 347. Benintendi fouls this one off to the left and out of play. So they take a lot of first pitches, more than anybody, but their batting average is higher than anybody else's when they swing at the first pitch. That's baseball. 1-2 to Benintendi. The pitch. It's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mitchell had a really good spring with the Yankees, actually good enough where he was going to make the opening day roster. But he got injured in kind of a funny way. The 2-2 pitch. Benintendi takes high, and it's 3-2. It's basically jogging to first base. And all of a sudden he had to limp off the field at the end of his appearance against the Braves at Disney World in Florida, where the Braves train, and was diagnosed with grade 3 turf toe. Benintendi hits one high and deep to center field. Ellsbury to the track. Ellsbury to the wall. He leaps. It's off the wall and bounces over his head. And Benintendi is in with a leadoff double. 8th double of the season for Andrew Benintendi. What will be a lot of doubles in this guy's career. Well, Benintendi at second. Red Sox with a runner in scoring position. Nobody out. And Dustin Pedroia coming up. This broadcast authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Boston Red Sox to WEEI strictly for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the accounts and descriptions of this game without the express written consent of WEEI and the Boston Red Sox is strictly prohibited. Benintendi leads off of second base. Mitchell out of the stretch. Looks at second. Now comes home. And Petey takes a pitch down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Mitchell started him off with a fastball. So Mitchell had the grade 3 turf toe on his left big toe and also a fracture in one of the bones in his foot. And spent the rest of his spring on crutches. 1-0. And Petey lines it to right field. Back after it is Refsnyder. He'll make the catch. Tagging from second. On his way to third is Benintendi. He moves up a station. Pedroia with a sharp line out to right. And Petey now 0 for 2. Both times to Refsnyder in right field. 1 out runner at third for Xander Bogaerts. Mentioned the Bogaerts from Aruba. Loves playing day games. Talked to him yesterday about speaking Dutch and told him I lived in the Netherlands for about half a year and picked up some. And he said, all right, let's hear it. And I laid a line of Dutch on him. He couldn't recognize it. He speaks fluent. He said, it's so bad.
He said it's a very hard language.
Yeah. He caught 1 word, I said, and that was it. But his eyes got as big as saucers when I said it to him, and he said, that's not going to make it. And he swings and drives one toward the wall in left center field. This ball's back, and it is off the base of the wall. Benintendi scores. Around first, on his way to second is Bogaerts. Big turn there. He'll stop and take a double. An RBI two-base hit for Bogaerts, and the Red Sox on the board. It's 3-1.
He thought about third there. Ellsbury didn't get to it all that quickly with a weak arm, but Poppy's up. No chance in risking it. 31 doubles.
31 doubles, 86 runs batted in for Bogaerts. And the crowd reacting to the introduction of David Ortiz.
Well, that was not a strike either. That was an ankle-high breaking ball.
Sometimes he can expand his zone and be a pretty good bad ball hitter sometimes. Infield shifted to the right. Nobody in the outfield. Just on the edge of the outfield grass is Castro, the second baseman. Gregorius playing right near the second base bag, trying to keep Bogaerts close. Mitchell's pitch outside, a fastball. 1-0 to Ortiz. David struck out swinging in the first. He's 0 for 1 today. Bogaerts short lead at second base. Mitchell looking in at Romine for a sign. He's got it. And now comes Set. 1-0. And crossed up was Romine. Dropped the ball, and down to third goes Bogaerts. Romine was looking for one pitch, got another. I think he was thinking fastball away, and he got a curveball. And as he stabbed for the curveball as it darted down and away from him, he was able to keep it somewhat near him, but not quite in control the whole time. So now Bogaerts at third.
Well read by Xander. He broke instantly.
And here is Poppy now with a 2-0 count. Hitter's count for Ortiz. Big lead at third with the shift on. Now the pitch. And David pulls it foul for a strike. Ortiz can get this run in a lot of ways. One out. Ortiz hit a ground ball to the right side. That'll do it. Even a ground ball to the left side might do it with the lead that Bogaerts can get. But he'll be going on contact here with one out. And home plate umpire Bill Welke wants to see that baseball and asked for the pitcher Brian Mitchell to throw it in. He examines it, gives it back to the catcher Romine, who tosses it back to Mitchell. Apparently he thought there might have been a scuff mark on it or something. The Red Sox get a run back, 3-1, one out. And Ortiz facing Mitchell. David representing the tying run. The stretch and the 2-1 pitch to Ortiz. And David hits a ground ball to the right side. It's almost through the shift. Backhanded by Castro. Throws on to first to get him. Bogaerts scores, and it's 3-2. RBI number 116 for David Ortiz. Just a good job of situational hitting there by David, knowing what he needed to do to get the run home. Now the bases are empty with 2 outs for Mookie Betts. Two doubles in the inning. Andrew Benintendi and Xander Bogaerts. And 2 runs produced. Pitch up high, a ball, 1-0. Red Sox hit the ball hard this inning off of Mitchell. Benintendi's came off the bat at 99 miles an hour. Bogaerts at 93. The hardest ball resulted in an out. Dustin Pedroia's line out to right was 100 miles an hour off the bat. Mookie takes a strike. Cut fastball from Mitchell. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Mookie hitting .314. Stuck on 30 homers. It's a tough number to be stuck on. Not really stuck. 1-1. He swings, hits a ground ball to short. Gregorius behind it. Rifles it on to first base to get him. Red Sox get a couple back on 2 hits. Nobody left. No Yankee errors through Thursday, really. After being let go by the A's. And since showing up in a gray Yankee uniform, he's hitting the ball rather well. Takes a strike here. He came up with a pinch hit home run last night. in the ninth inning that made it a little interesting. He's got 3 career pinch hit home runs. 0-1 is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. All 3 of his career pinch hit home runs have come in the 8th inning or later. He's hit one against St. Louis and in Cleveland, both with the Royals. The pitch just missing outside again as David trying to clip that corner with a fastball. 2-1 to Butler. The shadows of the press box starting to creep into the home plate circle as Butler will take a strike here. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Butler. He's 3 for 5 since joining the Yankees. 2-2 pitch from Price. Swung on and missed. He got him. Strike 3. And Butler is out. And now we check in with Mutt. He's got an Xfinity X1 scoreboard update.
That's him. It's brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. This is the only game in the American League right now. A couple of games going on in the National League. Pirates on top of the Reds 6-3, heading to the top of the 4th in Cincinnati. End of 3 in Atlanta. Turner a home run for the Nats, the only run. Braves on top 3-1.
Didi Gregorius facing David Price right now. He's 0 for 1. He flied to left in the 2nd inning. And he will take a strike at the knees.
Everything in the AL East later on today. Rays visiting Baltimore. Matt Andriese against Chris Tillman, the pitching matchup there. Blue Jays are at the Angels tonight. Francisco Liriano and Ricky Nolasco.
0-1, and Gregorius takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Want an easy way to see if you could save money on car insurance? Geico gives you 3. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. Go online to geico.com or stop by the Geico office near you. 3 ways you could save 15% or more. Tim?
Thanks, Mutt. Busy Saturday in baseball. Just 2 weeks to go in the regular season. 1-1 pitch. Gregorius cuts and misses.
But failed to mention Colgate leading Yale 21-10 in the 2nd quarter. In New Haven.
I didn't check and see who my alma mater was playing today in Quidditch. The Emerson. They don't have football. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Locked him up inside, checked his swing. They appealed to third, and DJ Rayburn, the umpire there, said he did not go. 2-2 to Gregorius. 1 out, base is empty. Yankees up by a run, 3-2. Price gets the sign, shrugs his shoulders, now kicks and delivers the 2-2 pitch. Swung on it, looped into shallow right field. Mookie broke back. Now he comes on, he dives, and he won't make the catch. It hit the heel of his glove and bounced onto the grass in front of him. Well, that extra step back cost him a catch. And he was stepping back to judge the baseball, and he started to go back a little bit too far, thinking that was better hit off the bat. So Gregorius will get a single out of that.
It hasn't happened to Mookie very often this year.
It really hasn't. And, you know, when you talk about Betts, he's not that far removed from being an infielder and learning the outfield. He's done very well out there. He's done exceptionally well. But for a lot of his baseball life, he played in the infield. Still takes ground balls in the infield early in the day. Chase Headley, switch hitting third baseman, batting right-handed. And he will take up high ball 1. It's not uncommon to be out here 3 o'clock in the afternoon and see Mookie Betts taking ground balls at third or at second or even at shortstop. And he likes to do it just to stay engaged in the game one way or another. You see guys sometimes during batting practice taking balls at a different position. David Price, you see him at second and short sometimes. Kind of odd to see a left-handed guy at that position, but he takes ground balls too. 1-0 pitch, and Headley takes on the inside corner for a strike. A fastball at 95. .257 for Headley, 14 homers, 50 runs batted in. He's 0 for 1. He flied out to Betts in right field in the 2nd inning. Yankees scored all 3 of their runs in the 3rd. A triple by Brett Gardner after a base hit by Romine, the catcher. Pitch is a called strike at the knees. Another fastball from Price connecting. And it's 1-2. After Gardner was at third base and Ellsbury had made it out, Gary Sanchez on a 2-2 pitch lifted one over the Selfio side, way over the monster and out onto Lansdowne Street. Make it 3-0. Red Sox countered with two in the bottom of the third. Doubles by Benintendi and Bogarts. And a swing and a foul back by Headley. And then David Ortiz with a ground ball out got Bogarts in for the second run. Don't forget to stay tuned for the Sunoco post-game show. Sunoco, save 5 cents on every gallon instantly with your Sunoco Rewards credit card. Price adjusting his cap. Stretching out his left arm a little bit. Looking over at Gregorius at first base. One out. Yankee shortstop has a lead. Hands on his knees as he's held on by Hanley Ramirez. Middle infield playing for two. And the pitch to Headley. Fisted foul into the stands just in front of the Red Sox dugout. Lights have come on here at Fenway. The sun certainly giving full effect. We saw that when Betts singled to lead off the second inning, the bottom of the second, when Gregorius and Gardner went back on a ball and lost it, and it dropped in safely. Here comes Price's 1-2 pitch to Chase Headley. And time is called by Headley, or requested by Headley. Bill Welke gave it to him. Red Sox 2 games ahead of Baltimore and Toronto. The American League East, tightest race in all of baseball. The Yankees are now 6 back. As they were tightening the collar, they would have been 3 back. They're 1 strike away from being 3 back on Thursday night, but Hanley's blast to center changed that. Ground ball through the whole left side, a base hit for Headley. Gregorius stops at second base. And now the Yankees with 2 on and 1 out. Back-to-back singles by New York.
Half a dozen hits already.
Think about how close things were Thursday night. If Hanley doesn't hit that walk-off homer, the Red Sox don't win. This series would be entirely different, you'd think, in terms of games back in the standings. They would have started yesterday 3 back. And even if the Red Sox had won, they'd still be 4 back heading into today, still with hope with 15 games remaining. But 6 games, that's a bigger difference. It was a big swing, literally by Hanley Ramirez, but a swing in the standings. Runners off first and second. Pitch to Romine, and he hits one high in the air to left. Benintendi back to the track. He is reaching for the scoreboard. This one will be off the top of the wall. Benintendi will watch it roll. 2 runners are going to score. Gregorius scores. Headley right behind him. And into third is Romine. It is now 5-2 New York.
Oh, he got it up into the wind. Wasn't all that well hit, but it carried.
Gregorius waited a little bit to make sure. Headley really didn't. He took off, and he was right behind Gregorius. He was running in his back pocket. Gregorius, for no reason, slid and got the bag with his hand, and then Headley was right behind him. So that should be a double, and advancing to third on the throw is Romine. He'll get 2 runs batted in. RBI is 23 and 24 for Austin Romine. Now the infield drawn in. It's a 3-run lead again for the Yankees. Price has given up 5 earned runs, 7 hits. And the batter is Refsnyder, the right fielder. And he taps one foul, third base side. It's off the bat of the on-deck hitter, Brett Gardner.
This is tough to figure. 6-0, 193 in his last 6 starts.
He just doesn't look the same today as he has over his last 6 or 7 starts. The results certainly don't look the same. And this puts pressure on the Red Sox offensively. Falling behind by 3 runs now, getting toward the middle innings. Swing and a miss by Refsnyder as he was over the top of a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-2 to Refsnyder. He struck out looking in the third, 0 for 1. .257, no home runs, 12 runs batted in for Ref Snyder.
Red Sox have the bullpen busy.
It's like Heath Hembree getting up. Price set to deal. Here's the 0-2. And Ref Snyder waves and misses. He goes down on strikes. 2 outs for the Yankees in the 4th. Second strikeout this inning for Price. And his 4th of the ball game. And here comes Brett Gardner, the leadoff man. He had an RBI triple in the 3rd inning. Hit it into the triangle in center field. Grounded out to Pedroia back in the 1st. 1 for 2 for Gardner. This is the earliest we've seen anybody up again with the Price on the hill in a long time. It's been a while since David didn't go 7 innings. Sometimes 8. Pitch to Gardner. Down and in, ball 1.
They went 6 against Baltimore in a win August 17th. 5 in a loss to the Dodgers on August 7th. Otherwise, 7 or 8 innings.
Yeah, 8 innings, 6 innings, 8 innings, 6, 7, and 7 and 8. 8 in his last start on the 12th against Baltimore. 1-0 pitch inside again to Gardner. The left-handed hitter backs up. 2 balls and no strikes. He trails only Chris Sale of the White Sox for the most starts of 8 innings plus. Sale has 13. Price has 10. That's also the most in a single season for a member of the Red Sox since Pedro Martinez had 11 such starts in 2002. Gardner fouls it off down the third base side. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now David is going to need some help from his offense. They crawled back in it down 3-0. It was 3-2. And a 2-run double high off the left field wall by Austin Romine, scoring Gregorius and Headley after Price gave up back-to-back singles following the strikeout of Butler to start the inning. Romine off third. Price's pitch missed inside. It's 3-1.
This next pitch will be number 80. That's been an issue too.
Yeah, this will end up being one of the shorter starts for David, simply on pitch count. Leon puts the sign down. And the 3-ball, 1-strike pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to right center field and deep. Going back after it. Betts. He's got a beat on it. He'll make the catch. And that'll retire the side. Yankees put up 2 more on 3 hits. They leave a man. And at the end of 3 average up to 288. 26 homers. 102 runs batted in. Here's the pitch from Mitchell. And Hanley takes it for a strike right down the middle. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. The shadows of the press box now, as they do in afternoon games. Just getting to the middle of home plate. And there'll be a factor here in a few minutes. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Pitch was down and away. A cutter. Now, sometimes when the shadow gets between home plate and the mound, or a little closer to the mound, sometimes hitters will tell you when the ball comes out of the sun and into the shade, it disappears for a split second. 0-2. And Hanley chops it foul. And it's hard enough to hit as it is, but you don't need that added magic from the pitcher. But as in everything with baseball, it matters who you talk to. You talk to other players, they say, nah, it doesn't matter. And some guys think it's a big deal. Brian Mitchell, the right-hander, delivering 0-2. And Hanley shoots it foul down the right field side and into the suites and back out. So it'll stay 0-2 to Hanley Ramirez. Hanley has homered in 10 of his last 19 games, 6 of his last 9. And since the 11th of August, he leads the major leagues in RBIs with 40. Really turned it on in that category. 0-2 pitch. A one hopper to Starlin Castro. Second baseman takes his time, throws it on to first for the out. One gone. Frozen Fenway returns to Boston January. Fans can enjoy 2 exciting outdoor Hockey East doubleheaders January 7th and 14th. Tickets on sale now. Visit RedSox.com/Frozen Fenway for more information. Won't be long before the teams in Hockey East are skating for real. It'll be less than a month, right, before they start their regular seasons. And pitch up high to Travis Shaw. Start to see NHL exhibition games anytime now. Shaw looking out at Mitchell. Now the right-hander's pitch. Right at the knees for a strike called. 1 ball and 1 strike. Shaw popped up to Didi Gregorius, the shortstop, in the second inning. Gregorius playing him almost behind the second base bag, maybe a step to the left of it. Headley playing in the hole just behind the baseline on the left side of the infield. 1-1 pitch. His shot foul back and out of play. And now Headley will leave that left side open with 2 strikes. As the Yankees defensively will try to cover a hole on the right side. They'll put 3 infielders over there. Headley closest to second base while Gregorius backs up at short. 1 out, base is empty. Yankees leading 5-2. Bottom of the 4th. The 1-2 pitch. Low and in. Check swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Travis Shaw. Travis has had some big games this year. He's had a couple of 5 RBI games. His last one came on the 2nd of September. And that was a game against the Athletics in Oakland. Now he couldn't check his swing, and he strikes out. So 0 for 2 for Travis Shaw. 2 down for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sandy Leon coming up, the switch hitter, popped out to center field in the 2nd. If Sandy can get going again. It's kind of been a little in between these days. He did have a ground rule double and a run batted in last night's game. He went 1 for 4. Sandy looking for a game again where he bunches some hits together. Now hitting .344. Swings and drives this one up in the air to left center field. It'll be playable for Brett Gardner, the left fielder. He'll make the catch. And the Red Sox go in order in the 4th. 1, 2, 3. We'll head to the 5th. It's the Yankees 5.
Outfield wasn't. One was a windblown double, but Sanchez crushed one. Ellsbury takes a strike. Jacoby lined to third and grounded to first.
And you look at the Red Sox pitching lately, this is what carried them through their great road trip. And lately it's a little up and down.
The 0-1 is outside.
Even Buchholz last night, the numbers were good, but it wasn't the same Buchholz we saw when he was going really, really well.
There were some hard hit balls. A couple were turned into double plays. 1-1 to Ellsbury is foul straight back out of play. Reading some of the stories, Rob, sounds like some baseball executives around the majors feel the Red Sox did not get enough in that situation with the San Diego Padres.
I feel like they should have gotten something else. It's such a bizarre story that a GM would do that. There's really no need to do that.
1-2 is a weak ground ball and a broken bat to second. Petey has it. Short flip to first for the out. The bat ended up between the mound and the first base line.
And by that, I mean have 2 different medical reports, one internal and one you give to the team you're trading with. And because once the player goes to that team, there are going to be things that are either asked or come up via MRIs.
You know, the other thing, too, that no one mentions is you got to wonder how many of the Padres' contracts are insured. There's a central insurance company that gets notified and goes through all these medical records before anybody in the media even knows anything's going on. And they've got to make these records known.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Here's Sanchez, and he takes outside. He hit a pop to first and then hit a long home run over everything in left. He really crushed it as he turned on an inside fastball. He has 15 homers and 152 at bats as he takes a strike.
You know, and with A.J. Preller, things like that, Tim, and like obviously, Joe, what you mentioned with the trade, 30-game suspension, who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't affect the clubs who didn't get the right medical reports.
It's a month without pay for him, but the Red Sox get no compensation.
Right. 1-1 is outside and high. Do you think there'll be anything further?
It doesn't seem that way. You never know, but it certainly doesn't seem that way. Maybe if the Red Sox keep putting some pressure on the MLB. But this, we go back to the 30-game suspension for A.J. Preller. Well, this is September. What's he doing now anyway?
They're letting him finish out the weekend, too. Foul to the right, out of play.
Yeah, last report he was at instructional league right now, or the other day, and he doesn't start his suspension until Monday.
Yeah, it's bizarre because you might as well just do it in October. It's September and October for the Padres are basically the same thing. It doesn't mean anything.
They're in planning mode.
Yes.
2-2 to Sanchez. Price with his 89th pitch, and he gets him to swing and miss at a changeup. Haven't seen all that many of the good changeups today. There was one there.
No, we saw some good ones from Buchholz, but no, not from Price. And you look at how he approached Sanchez in that home run at bat. Everything was high and outside, and then the one pitch he came low and inside. He just absolutely nailed it.
2 down for Castro. Struck out and hit a fly ball to right. What are you writing about?
Well, I talked to David Ortiz before the game today, and he was talking about how he's being pulled in a million different directions during this year.
Home inside ball 1.
And just watching it, and you see it on the road trips every time he goes to a park for the last time. It's unbelievable how many different things he's doing. And he's like, if I knew it was going to be like this, I probably wouldn't have announced my retirement before the year started.
Ground ball, pull foul, third base side. Everybody wants to talk to Poppy.
So you guys see it. It's incredible.
Oh, yeah. And he handles it very well, always with a smile. But I'm sure it does get wearisome.
Well, and that's what he said. He said, I'm done with this. I can't wait for the season to end. And now he wants to win the World Series, obviously, but that part of it I think he's done with.
And the pitch to Castro is taken high.
I think it's a credit to him in some ways that you're able to sort of make that over here and make the baseball stuff over there and not let the two intersect.
That's amazing. Mentally, he's able to concentrate as well as he has. 2-1 pitch coming to Castro from Price, and he fouls one of the rights over the head of Tony Pena, the first base coach.
And by the way, he's having a great September. The marvel of David Ortiz of the year continues, with the latest being he's having a great last regular season month.
He and Hanley have really carried the club. Some of the young guys not doing as well this month.
No.
He'll retire having the greatest final season of his career by any player ever.
It's amazing.
Another 2-2 pitch coming to Castro. And he rips one into left center for a base hit. Jackie trying to cut it off, can't do it. It goes to the wall, and Castro hurt his hamstring. He's limping badly as he goes into second base. We saw him between first and second pull up lame, his right hamstring. Very obviously, and Joe Girardi and the Yankee trainer coming out.
You saw him reach back with his right hand and grab right behind the thigh, above the knee.
Similar to what happened to Chris Young here.
Yeah, that's always tough. And if a guy does that, oftentimes it's when he's turning a base. When you're changing direction like that, it puts a lot of pressure on the hamstring. He's walking off the field, not noticeably in discomfort at this point in time, but still, that is an unnerving feeling when you do that.
Reyes is going to run for him, so he's not moving as badly as he might.
Well, and not to compare myself to a major league player, but I've done the hamstring thing before, and basically it's you have no use of a muscle that you never realized that you needed in the back of your leg.
You didn't do running the marathon, did you?
No, I didn't run fast enough to do that in the marathon. Usually it was baseball related because you do have those quick sort of bursts in cleats.
Running in clay, yeah, it's affects the quads quite a bit too. So pinch runner to Reyes for Castro. Here's Billy Butler, who singled to left center and struck out. That's 8 hits off David Price, who did have a 1-2-3 first inning. And Butler takes low and inside, ball 1. The road ahead brought to you by the Maine Office of Tourism. Discovering your Maine thing begins at visitmaine.com. The last road trip starts Monday in Baltimore. Visit Freeport October 1st and 2nd for the Freeport Fall Festival. Learn more at visitmaine.com. Rob has been there many times for that event.
Yeah, I was telling my dad that yesterday, that I was regretting not being able to be with him up there in Freeport during that time.
It's the final weekend of the season with Toronto here.
Yeah, priorities. Priorities. That's what happens when you have a good team and a legend retiring.
You get a foliage report yet?
I saw some foliage in my neighborhood, and it was very depressing.
Rice trying to leave a man stranded at second. Keep the deficit at 3 runs. And the 1-0 to Butler is a strike over the outer half. This probably be it for Price.
Yeah, I got to think so. And we'll come back to the starting rotation. You're going to have hiccups here and there, but you need them to be pitching like they were earlier this month, heading into these last couple of weeks, especially going into Baltimore.
The 1-ball, 1-strike pitch. And a swinging strike at a pitch down and in. Got the fastball in on the hands. Last time he got him on a changeup away.
You know, I was looking up the importance of winning the division, and Tim, we talked about that with the Pittsburgh situation the last couple of years, which is amazing. You get the chance to face Arrieta and Bumgarner.
Yeah, 3 straight years they went to the wild card game. And just take a look at last year, for example. You win 98 games in the regular season, and what's your reward? You get to face the best pitcher in the world last year, Jake Arrieta. Of course, he wins.
You know, and I think that this is sort of being undersold right now. We look at the Red Sox and who would pitch in the wild card game and so forth and so on. I think we have to start focusing, if you're the Red Sox, on prioritizing winning that division. You do not want to be put in that situation because ever since 2012, there have been some very uncomfortable games, as you mentioned.
1-2. Ground ball bounced on a couple of hops to the charging shortstop. Bogarts had plenty of time with a slow-footed Butler. Gets him at first. And they do not score. Rob, we'll check you out at WEI.com.
All right, guys.
JBJ struck out with 2 on and 2 out in the second inning. Red Sox had a good chance there. Torreyes stays in to play second base for Castro. Seemed to injure a hamstring running out a double. Here's the pitch, and Jackie takes a strike, fastball away. They had a gift hit on a pop-up was lost in the sun and a swinging bunt single by Hanley, but the runners never advanced. Red Sox fell behind 3-0 in the top of the third. Got 2 back in the third as Jackie takes it low. The Yankees got those 2 back in the fourth. Mitchell has now walked a man. He's fanned 3. He's allowed 4 hits. And a 1-1. That dips low.
And we're talking about the postseason with Rob, Joe. And just to continue on that, I think one of the managers is going to have a challenge. And you wouldn't think so because he's got the best record in baseball. Joe Madden, he's a very good manager, but clinching so early.
Swinging strike, change up away.
I think now you got to try to figure out how to rest your guys, making sure that, you know, if you're going to skip a start for a pitcher, doesn't get him out of his routine, things like that. So they're going to have an interesting plan, you'd think, for the next couple of weeks.
Joe will come up with a good one.
He will. And he'll convince you that it's the right one.
2-2 in tight 3-2. Pleasant problem to have, though. I mean, it is a problem. It's something you have to really work on, but there are many advantages to clinching early. 3-2 to Jackie. Mitchell rocks and deals. And a high foul, third base side. Long run for Gregorius, but he needed a ticket behind the dugout. Mitchell at 65 pitches. The Yankee pen's been quiet. The well-populated pen that has 13 relievers. Jackie trying to get something started here in the fifth. Red Sox down 5-2. The right-hander fires, and he missed up and away. There's his first walk. This with a fastball at 96. He's got above average stuff. Now Benintendi, who doubled off the center field wall in the third inning and scored on a double by Bogarts. Red Sox have been out hit 8-4, outscored 5-2. First baseman holding the runner on. The pitch. And it's up and away. It almost went to the backstop. And the Yankees have a new first baseman. Teixeira's come into the game. So they left Butler after 4 innings on defense. Reyes on at second, replacing the injured Castro. Now they get the bullpen busy. Severino, who's been very good of late. Jackie extending the lead, the 1-0. Outside, he missed badly. Teixeira, 3-time Gold Glove winner. Here comes Larry Rothschild, probably to buy time for Severino as much as anything. We take 10 seconds on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Talk Sox and more on the Drive Home with Dale and Holly, weekdays 2 to 6 on Sports Radio WEEI Boston, WEEI FM and HD1 Lawrence, Boston.
So, Severino continues to heat. Clock isn't on again for the pitching coach. They really need it for catchers.
I think that'd be what they should do, is have the catchers on the clock. You don't need the pitching coach on the clock. I mean, they're going to come out anyway with their one visit to buy time. It's been part of the game since people figured it out, but it's not really speeding up the game.
2-0 to Andrew. Mitchell delivers. And a swing and a pop-up off the end of the bat. Shallow left field. Third baseman and shortstop battling the sun, and Headley makes the catch 2 steps back on the outfield grass. So he comes back to get Benintendi after falling behind 2-0. And now Pedroia, who narrowly missed a home run leading off the bottom of the first by the pesky pole that went foul. And last time he lined a bullet to deep right, it did advance a runner, but he was out. One out, one on. Mitchell delivers, and Petey takes one up and in, ball 1. Not had quite the fastball command he had in the first 4 innings here. Red Sox baseball brought to you by Herb Chambers Hyundai, with locations in Auburn and Westboro. Learn more at herbchambers.com. 1-0 pitch, and he left a long foul to left that goes through the light standard over the roof for Brookline Avenue.
Straighten that one out. That one landed in Brookline Village.
Probably did with a bounce. 5-2 Yankees. This one approaching the 2-hour mark. Leisurely played game. Mitchell with a 1-1 pitch. And Petey swings and pops it up right side. Second baseman Torres is out. He's there and has it for the second out. So with 2 gone, it's Xander who popped the second and then ripped a double. It short hopped the wall in left center and drove in a run. Now they get Tommy Lane warming with Ortiz on deck. Looks like he'd use a long ball to get back into this one. They trail 5-2. Shadow's about 15 feet in front of the plate. Pitcher still in bright sunshine. Mitchell deals. Low and away, ball 1. Orioles play tonight at home against Tampa Bay. And Toronto plays tonight at the Angels. Angels having a miserable season. 63-84. The 1-0. Long drive to left, down the line, deep by the wall, gone! It hit the AAA sign. 5-4 Yankees. Xander Bogaerts kept the hands back and lined an inside pitch out. His 20th home run. He has 3 RBIs today, giving him 88 on the season, and the Red Sox are within a run. It's amazing how he kept that ball fair. That pitch was inside, and he drilled it. Number 20 for Xander.
We've seen him do this before. The inside pitch. He somehow keeps his hands inside the ball, gets the bat head out in front.
The 1-0 pitch. Girardi's on his way to the mound. I watched Mitchell's reaction. He didn't see him right away, and then he threw his head back as if to say, I don't believe he's taking me out. 1 out away from qualifying for a win, but he is. Second time he's done that this week, by the way, as a starter. But he really struggled. Began the year in the rotation, was hammered, and was sent down. All right, here's Poppy facing him. David struck out and grounded out 4-3, but drove in a run. Severino delivers, and Ortiz takes one that skips off the plate. Ball 1. So a no decision for Brian Mitchell. 4 runs, 3 earned, and 4 2/3 on 5 hits, 1 walk that cost him. The pitch. That dips low, ball 2. Mookie on deck. Severino throws very hard. 0-8 as a starter, 2-0 as a reliever. The pitch. That's outside, ball 3. Wonder why they had Lane warming if they weren't going to bring him in for Ortiz.
Ortiz took Severino deep on the 8th of May at Yankee Stadium in the 4th inning.
He'll swing if he likes it. He doesn't. It's ball 4. So the tying run is on. Severino's only 22. He's from the Dominican Republic.
Actually, Joe David took him deep twice in that game. He got him in the 7th, right before he was chased.
Here's Mookie. Xander with 40 career home runs now. 6 have come against the Yankees, the most against any team. Of course, he hit his first home run against the Yankees over the Red Sox bullpen in Yankee Stadium in 13. What a clout that was. All right, here comes Mookie, who's single to left center. He drives this one to center, but over goes Ellsbury toward the gap and makes the catch. So Mookie's 1 for 3. First ball swing, hit it pretty hard, but an out. And that retires the side. The Red Sox get 2 back after 5. 5-4 Yankees on the Shaw's WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Gregorius, Headley, and Romine do. Didi flied to left, then single to right, a ball that Mookie broke back on and tried to dive and came up just a little bit short. Barnes up in the pen. Here's the 99th pitch for Ortiz, or for Bryson. It's in there for a call strike. David Ortiz stranded after he walked in the 5th against Severino. I think he retired on 1 pitch on a line drive to center. Left-hand batter swings and rips one hard off Hanley's glove. It goes into right field. A wicked shot. And David continues to give up some hard-hit balls. We'll see how they score that. Almost took Hanley's glove with it. Went a step to his right, went into a slide, ticked off the mitt. Now Headley, who flied to left and single, that goes as a hit for Gregorius, which makes sense. So with 100 pitches, 74 strikes, Rice would appear to be on the ropes right here in terms of staying in this game. Red Sox really need a shutdown inning after they've crept to within one again. And the pitch is a strike, fastball over the outer half.
Yeah, with David starting the inning with under 100 pitches, John Farrell sending him back out. If it was over 100, he probably would have gone to the pen.
Headley up there from the right side, the switch hitter. Next pitch, up and away. It was 94. What pitches the velocity was 92 on the fastball, but seems to be more movement and location than anything. One ball, one strike. Leadoff man aboard for the Yankees here in the sixth. Rice deals. And a high fly ball to right field. Mookie moving back at the edge of the track. Now comes in a step and grabs it for the out. 1 on, 1 out for Romine, who's 2 for 2, a single to left center, and then he got one up into the wind and scraped the paint in left field. It went for a double that scored 2 runs thanks to Headley's good base running. Remember the Sunoco post-game show coming up. Sunoco, save 5 cents on every gallon instantly with your Sunoco Rewards credit card. David has 5 strikeouts and no walks. His pitch is down and in. Missed with a cutter. He has 215 strikeouts on the season. And he now leads the league in innings pitched, moving ahead of Chris Sale. Leads in starts, this being his 32nd. Tied for 4th in wins. He works. Fastball strike on the inside. Romine's really come out with a bat this year, especially with men in scoring position. Hitting well over 300, although overall just 245. He's pretty much categorized as a catch and throw guy, but he's swinging a lot better. 359 with men in scoring position. And that one misses away. 2-1. Ref Snyder on deck. Gary Sanchez has a long 2-run homer. Xander Bogaerts a 2-run homer. 5-4 Yankees, 1 on, 1 out in the 6th. There it is. And a foul to the screen. Boom, a high fastball up and in at 94. Tomorrow night, 8:05 start, 8:08 technically. 2 lefties, Pomerantz against Sabathia, who was 8-12, but pitching pretty well of late. This pitch will be number 108 for Price. Mind the Yankee catcher awaits. Here's the pitch. Strike call. Backdoor breaking ball got him looking. Romine didn't think so, but Bill Welke rings him up. And that's punch out number 6. Here's Ref Snyder, twice his fan, once looking and once swinging.
That could be a key strikeout here in this inning with a runner aboard and Ref Snyder up, who struck out twice. David trying to finish up this inning. And then the Red Sox will turn it over to the bullpen after this.
So 2 out, a runner at first. And now Robbie Ross gets up. Here's the pitch. Fastball strike over the outside edge. 0-1 to Refsnyder, who's been up and down between New York and AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Right-hand batter, born in Korea, grew up in Laguna Hills, California. And the 0-1, fisted foul off his foot. Ball rolls right to Price, who throws it out of play. Red Sox will have Ramirez, Shaw, and Leon do against Severino in the last half of the 6th inning. Refsnyder went to the University of Arizona. He was adopted at the age of 5 months from South Korea. Grew up in Laguna Hills and went to the U of Arizona, where he was an outstanding college player. Got some pop in his bat, although he hasn't homered this year. 0-2 the count. Price with a long set, fires outside. That was 95 on a high riding fastball. This will be pitch number 112. They have Gardner on deck and Ellsbury after that. That's why Ross is warming, and instead of Barnes, who was up earlier, with the lefties coming up. Price ready for the 1-2 pitch. Long set. Here it is. Inside. Struck him out on an inside fastball last time, but that one missed. At Expert Emergency Care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station, located behind in Section 12 on the lower concourse here. Two balls, two strikes, 2 out, runner at first. Price at the belt. He fires. Strike called. He got him on a backdoor changeup to retire the side. So that's likely it for David, who gives up 5 runs, but he has his 7th strikeout. And after 5 and a half, Yankees out 4-3. Severino, only 22 years old, throws very hard, 6'2", 215. From the Dominican Republic. The pitch. There's a line drive hit toward the gap in left center. It hits on the track. One hops the wall. Ellsbury grabs it, and a solid double for Hanley. Ellsbury bobbled it initially, but it would have been a double anyway. Hanley with a rocket into left center field, and the tying run is 90 feet away. Another big hit for Hanley.
Well, it's a good start to this bottom of the 6th inning in an effort to get David Price off the hook and maybe even get him a win.
Hanley's 28th double. And that's another big improvement from last year, where the doubles were scarce. He had only 12 all season. So here comes Travis Shaw, who was popped to short and struck out. Hanley put a great swing on that bullet into left center.
Hanley's career high in doubles, 48 in 2007. He had 46 the year before while with the Marlins.
They overshift with Travis up there. 3 infielders on the right side, but all on the dirt. Severino deals and misses too high with ball 1. 114 miles an hour on the exit speed on that rocket hit by Hanley. Luis Severino delivers, and there's a high fly to left field. Not going to carry. Caught by Gardner well in front of the track, so Travis Shaw does not advance the base runner. Wind is still blowing out that way, but it didn't help that much. Severino was on the DL with a right tricep strain in May. His first win against the Mets August 3rd. In 13 games with Scranton, he was 8-1, a 3.49 ERA. Last year with the Yankees as a 21-year-old, youngest starter in the American League, was 5-3. All right, here's Sandy Leon, who's fly to center and hit a fly ball to left. They don't really shift on him. The pitch way outside and high, ball 1. Five runs, 9 hits for the Yankees, 4 runs, 6 hits for the Red Sox. In the 6th inning, tying run at second. Pitch. And he bunts, pushes it third base side, bunted it hard. Headley has it and throws him out. And Hanley goes to third, but there are 2 out. That should not be a sacrifice. He certainly was bunting for a base hit.
Yeah, it didn't deaden it enough. Pretty firm bunt.
So it's up to Jackie, 5-3 on the out. No sacrifice. I mean, if they had shifted and had Headley over towards shortstop, it would have been one thing, but they didn't have a great severe overshift on. So here comes Jackie, who struck out and walked. So I said, hate to waste this leadoff double. Tying run at third. Severino deals. Fastball in tight, ball 1. Jackie trying to get the equalizer home here. Severino deals, and Jackie takes a strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out, runner at third. Jackie 2 for 5 this year against Severino, 2 for 7 overall. That one misses, 2-1. Benintendi would be next. Got a power slider that was 89 in the dirt. Severino ready for the 2-1. Here it is. Very high, ball 3.
Good hitters count right now, 3-1, so he can be a little bit picky with just 1 strike on him.
Andrew Benintendi on deck. 15 pitches, only 6 strikes for Severino, who walked Ortiz, the first man he faced, on 4 pitches. Here comes a 3-1 pitch. And a strike over the inside corner. That was a slider that just did nip the inside edge, so the count full. Jackie's yet to swing the bat in this trip to the plate. Here's the set and the payoff. Swinging a foul to the left, out of play into the State Street Pavilion. Plenty of action in the 6th inning. It's 5-4 Yankees. David Price finished with 2 scoreless innings after rough 3rd and 4th inning. Another 3-2. High, ball 4. He checked the swing, so it's up to Benintendi. That's the second walk for Luis Severino. Andrew doubled off the center field wall and hit a pop up to the third baseman. Left-hand batter against the right-hand pitcher. It's very likely that Benintendi faced Severino in AAA this year. Runners at the corners with 2 down. Here's the pitch. Swinging a little dribbler foul off the end of the bat, left side, strike 1. Pedroia to follow. Actually, Benintendi didn't play AAA, so he didn't face him. That's right, he went right from AA. Here's the 0-1. Fastball high.
Good take on a heavy fastball, 99 miles an hour.
20 pitches, only 9 strikes. No action in the Yankee pen. Ball and a strike to Andrew Benintendi. Severino delivers outside. Last year, Severino went 5-3 after his recall. Lost to the Red Sox 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, high heat there. He got it by him at 99. That was up in his eyes. Probably would have been a ball.
It was up over the letters, that's for sure.
2-2. There's lead at first and third. And the pitch. He jumps out of the way of a low inside pitch, ball 3. Romine was fortunate to catch that. So Bradley will be moving with a pitch. Runners at first and third, 2 down. The 3-2 count to Benintendi. Welke, the umpire, cuts off home plate. Key spot here for the rookie. Severino gets the sign from Romine. Jackie ready to roll. Here's the stretch. The payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. He missed with a slider. Well, that was close. The bases are loaded for Pedroia. Severino thought that was strike 3. Here comes Rothschild now. Well, that's 3 walks for Severino.
And the phone ringing in the Yankee bullpen.
That was a borderline pitch. Romine held it there for a beat, but did not get the call. So it's Ramirez at third, Bradley at second, Benintendi at first. Pedroia flied to right, line to right, and popped to second. So PD up there with the bases loaded. And against Severino, he's 3 for 5 this year with a home run. He narrowly missed a home run in the first inning, down by the pesky pole, slice foul. '99 pitch upcoming. Is this it? It is. So if he hits a grand slam, Maureen Cash will win $99,999, but he doesn't swing, and it's in there for a strike. That's in the Cumberland Farms 99 pitch contest. Started with a breaking ball. 0-1. Hanley, Jackie, and Benintendi lead away. 0-1 to Pedroia. Check swing, low and away with another slider.
Severino snapped the ball back from Romine. He seems pretty upset with himself, not getting calls that he thinks are borderline.
PD 3 for 10 with the bases loaded with 1 grand slam, 8 RBIs. 5-4 Yanks, bases loaded, 2 out in the 6th. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Up and in, and that was a little chin music there. PD almost lost his balance pulling off. 2-1. Down to 1 knee.
Pitch up in there, too. You got to make sure you get the bat out of the way. You don't want to give him a free strike on a foul ball.
Romine visiting with Severino. Hanley open with a double. At the third on a ground out with 2 down. Bradley walked on 3-2. Benintendi walked on a 3-2. And Pedroia with a 2-1 count. And blowing out. Here's the pitch. And a breaking ball too high. He held up. Well, another ball ties the game. Sander on deck. Yankees with left-handed action. 3-1 to Pedroia. Crowd standing here. Full house at Fenway. Severino looks in. And now he backs off and he calls his catcher out.
That's Tommy Lane, the former Red Sox lefty, warming up for the Yankees.
Thinking you head to Ortiz. That last slider to Pedroia was above the letters. All right, 3-1. 3 on, 2 out. Severino ready. The pitch to Pedroia. And he swings and fouls one down the right field line. Out of play past Canvas Alley. Threw him a heater there. You'd expect another here because he hasn't had great command of that slider. So 29 pitches, only 12 strikes. So the runners will be moving. Hanley at third. Jackie at second. Benintendi at first with 2 out. 3-2 to Pedroia. Severino ready. The payoff. Swing and a foul down the right side, out of play in a luxury box. That was 99 down and away. Severino takes a walk behind the mound. He's up to 30 pitches. 13 strikes. Pedroia taps the bat on the plate and pinwheels it. Runners ready to roll again. Here's the set. The 3-2. Strike called. He called him out, and Petey can't believe it. Welke called him out. Pedroia took 2 big steps toward first base. John Farrell coming out to try to save him here. Pedroia following the umpire momentarily, and John Farrell pushes him away. Petey flips the bat, and the Red Sox leave him loaded. Oh, that was a borderline pitch, and he's called out. And the Red Sox keep the tying run at third. So after 6, 5-4 Yanks on the Shaws WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Built for business. Waiting. No one enjoys.
Robbie Ross to face the left-handed hitting Brett Gardner. He'll be in there against Ellsbury, too. Another lefty on deck. The pitch. Breaking ball. It is a little bit high. Gardner ducked to get out of the way. Ross is 3-2. His 49th appearance today. 3.29 the ERA. And the pitch to Gardner outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Gardner with a big run-scoring triple in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 3. Put it into the triangle in center field. It's not often you're going to split that outfield and right center between Jackie Bradley Jr. and Mookie Betts, but Gardner had a perfectly placed ball. And now Robbie Ross Jr. fresh out of the bullpen throws one way outside, and he falls way behind. 3-0. Job for Ross here is to keep the score right where it is. And is in danger of a leadoff walk, and he deals a strike in there. 3-1. Fastball at 92 for Robbie. Three ball, 1 strike pitch to Gardner. Missed inside, and he's walked him. The leadoff man is aboard for the Yankees with Ellsbury coming up. Now let's check the scores. An Xfinity X1 scoreboard update with Mike.
Tim, thanks. Still the only game in the American League is this one. Elsewhere in Cincinnati, Pirates now doubling up the Reds 8-4. That one in the 7th inning. They're in Cincinnati. Elsewhere, top 7 in Atlanta. Braves have a 6-2 lead on the Nats. A couple of games later in the AL East, Rays will be at Baltimore. Matt Andriese, Chris Tillman, the pitching matchup there. Blue Jays out in Anaheim. They'll take on the Angels. 9:05 first pitch. One college score. Number 2, Florida State going down today. 63-20 Louisville late in the 4th. Tim?
Thanks, Mutt. Pitch to Ellsbury. Inside corner for a strike. 0-1. Ellsbury 0 for 3 today. Lined out to 3rd. Grounded out to 1st. Grounded out to 2nd. Red Sox have Matt Barnes up for the 2nd time in the bullpen today. Gardner off first, nobody out. Ellsbury tries to bunt, and he offered, says home plate umpire Bill Welke. Ellsbury tried to pull the bat back, but did not do it in time, so he's behind 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Ellsbury. Ross gets the sign from Leon. Leon sets up inside, tells him to throw to first, so Robbie goes over there. And back goes Gardner. Nothing at 2 to Ellsbury. Waves the bat back and forth, waiting for the pitch from Ross. Ross agrees with the sign. The left-hander set. The pitch swung on, fouled off to the left and out of play. The prevailing wind has been out to left today. May have helped the Yankees on the double by Romine in the fourth. Gary Sanchez, who's on deck, didn't need any help from the wind with his 2-run homer in the third. Ross deals 0-2, and Ellsbury takes inside. He bends backward to get out of the way. Fastball from Ross. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, you hope the Red Sox don't look back at that 6th inning and just wonder. Bases loaded. Tying run at third, couldn't get him across. Ellsbury lines one right to Shaw. Throw back across to first. Diving back safely with a head first dive is Gardner. Good play by Shaw. And Ellsbury lines out to him for the second time today. Ellsbury is 0 for 4. 1 out and 1 on for the Yankees with Sanchez coming up. And Sanchez will not face Robbie Ross Jr. He'll face Matt Barnes. Pitching change for the Red Sox. We'll step aside for a moment. We are in the top of the. Gary Sanchez, the second quickest to reach 15. So here is Barnes getting set to face the right-handed hitter. Sanchez average at 320. Designated hitter today. Shadows of the press box right in front of the mound. So in the sun is Barnes. The entire mound in the sun. Everything else on the way to the plate now in the shade. Brett Gardner, the runner at first, leads. And the first pitch up high. 4-ball, a slider. We've been seeing Barnes start off right-handed hitters with breaking balls a lot lately. Most of the curveball. That's the first time we've seen him do it with a slider. At least in recent days. Not that he hasn't done it. 1-0 pitch to Sanchez coming from Matt Barnes. And he drops one in, a breaking ball, but it's called a ball. Curveball that time. It's 2-0. Barnes threw a scoreless 7th inning. Gave up a hit. Struck out one Tuesday against the Baltimore Orioles. 6 straight scoreless appearances for Matt. Barnes behind Sanchez 2-0. High set. Gardner leads at first. 2-ball, no strike pitch. There's a strike call as Matt delivers a slider again. The repertoire for Barnes normally fastball, curveball, but seeing the slider worked in a little bit more so far, at least against Sanchez. Yankees with a 5-4 lead in the 7th inning. Throw to first base, Gardner back. 9 hits for the Yankees, 6 hits for the Red Sox. As we mentioned, Sanchez a home run in the 3rd inning. Red Sox had a homer from Xander Bogaerts, a 2-run shot in the 5th. Bogaerts will lead off in the bottom of the 7th. 1 on, 1 out, 2-ball, 1 strike pitch to Sanchez. Here it comes. There goes Gardner to second. Swing and a miss. Throw down is in time to get him. A low throw by Sandy Leon. It skipped off the infield grass. A perfect bounce to Pedroia, who laid the tag on Gardner, and Gardner is out. Throw right on the money from Sandy Leon, but using the grass to do it. And where that ball skipped, it had a long bounce, long skip. And Pedroia able to grab it right in front of the bag and slap the tag on Gardner. Gardner caught stealing. 2-4 in the putout. 3rd time he's been caught this year. And a 2-2 pitch now to Sanchez. Barnes delivers. Strike 3 call. Fastball at 98. Slider, curveball, slider, fastball, fastball. I got 2 outs in the last 2 pitches on Gary Sanchez. Severino still in, delivers a fastball, low ball 1 to Bogaerts. One-0 pitch. Bogaerts takes inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Xander with 2 extra base hits today, 3 RBIs, a double in the 3rd and a run scored, and a home run in the 5th.
Tommy Lane loosening again.
David Ortiz is on deck. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. And that is in there for a called strike. Slider on the inside part of the plate. 2-1. Xander is 2 for 8 in his career against Severino. Pitch on the way, bounce foul past third. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Xander trying to get back over the 300 mark. 297. It is 20th home run of the year today. 88 RBIs. Got some word from the Yankee clubhouse on Starlin Castro. It is a right hamstring strain. So Castro had to leave the ball game early, and Xander hits this one deep toward the triangle in center field. Back it goes. It is off the wall. Bogart's around first. He's into second with a long double. Ellsbury crashing into the side of the bullpen wall where it starts to jut out to the 420 mark in the triangle. And Ellsbury is shaken up.
Yeah, he hit it hard there, that little corner. And Joe Girardi and the Yankee trainer with a long run out there. Now he's up on his feet. Foul ball came close to going in the bullpen. That was a high fastball in the inner half, and he had an inside-out swing and hit it some 400 feet.
Yeah, if that ball tailed another 2 feet to the right, it would have been in the bullpen, but just off the side wall. And now Bogart's representing the tying run in scoring position. Nobody out. David Ortiz, the batter.
I think Ellsbury hit it with his right knee. Hit the padding with his right knee.
He's up on his feet, but in some discomfort.
Got Adam Warren up too, along with Tommy Lane. Let's see if they go to Lane here for Poppy. It's just amazing, the pitches, the inside pitches that Bogarts can hit. The home run and a pitch that almost hit him on the hip, and this was probably an inch inside, and he hit it to deep right center over 400 feet.
Got it up in the air. Didn't look like he got all of it either. But it certainly carried and traveled a long way. Fans, you can watch the drive to the pennant with MLB.TV Premium. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on more than 400 supported devices. And enjoy a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV.
Ellsbury's going to stay in there. Let's see if Severino is.
So Joe Girardi jogging back from the outfield alongside a trainer. He hasn't taken a turn to go to the mound. Apparently he'll leave Severino in, or will he not? No, he got to the third base.
U-turn.
Yeah. I don't know if he didn't know that. You don't have to cross the line and come back. But he did. He crossed the third base line, got to the third base coach's box, and then said, that's it for you, Mr. Severino. We're going to the bullpen. And left-hander Tommy Lane is coming on. We'll take a pitching change timeout. David Ortiz coming up with a tying run at second. You're going to meet. He faced him on the 9th of August. That's when he faced him last. And first. So Lane, a high leg kick in the pitch. And David shows bunt, pulls the bat back. Just took the pitch. And it's a fastball low, 1-0. Tommy Lane with his 56th appearance overall, his 22nd with the Yankees. Bogart's leading at second base. Yankees up 5-4. The pitch to Poppy. Swung on and hit well to center field, but it'll be playable for Ellsbury. Right in front of the track, he makes the catch. Xander will tag, and he heads to third. So a purposeful out as Ortiz advances the runner 90 feet. And the tying run is at third with one down. And that'll be it for Lane. Lane got an out, but again, the runner just 90 feet closer. Now Adam Warren will be called upon by have never led in this game. Trying to find a way to get in front, get David Price off at the same time. A win today for Boston would put them 20 games above 500 for the first time this season. Also, a win today would guarantee them a season series win against the Yankees. Yankees will bring the infield in. Mookie Betts standing in. He's 1 for 3. A single in the second inning. Betts winds the bat around, draws it back. Adam Warren bent over, gets the sign, now straightens up. Here's the pitch. And it's outside, ball 1. Mookie stepping in, awaiting the 1-0 pitch. Warren started him with a slider that sailed outside. Lead from third for Bogaerts. Stretching the 1-0. And Mookie takes a high strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mookie Betts. Warren looks over at Bogaerts, now comes home. And Mookie hits a ground ball over the shortstop. Gregorius into left field. Bogaerts scores. Tie game. Mookie gets it done with his second hit. His 106th run batted in. And now it's the Red Sox 5, Yankees 5. Well, a high bouncer over Gregorius, and with the infield drawn in, he was in no position to make a play on it.
Probably the infield back, he gets it, although that would have scored a run.
And red hot Hanley Ramirez at the plate. Brand new ball game in the bottom of the 7th. All tied up. Adam Warren looking in. That run will be charged to Severino. Throw to first base, diving back is Mookie Betts.
Hanley 1 for 6 against Warren.
And that closes the book on Severino. 1 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and a strikeout. And it could have been much worse because in the 6th, the Red Sox left the bases loaded against him. He walked 2 and gave up a leadoff double to Hanley Ramirez that inning. Hanley hitting .345 this month. 289 overall. Pitch cut on and missed. Slider outside. Hanley's bat just missed it. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Red Sox. 5 runs, 9 hits for the Yankees. Mookie Betts with his 62nd multi-hit game. Leads off from first, hands on his knees, held on by Mark Teixeira. And Hanley awaiting the 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Takes it inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sellout crowd today on a beautiful day in Boston. And they're being treated right now as the Red Sox have come back to tie it. They never led in the game. Warren throws to first, and diving back safely without a tag is Mookie Betts. Red Sox batting bottom of the 7th. And only a couple of other games going on in the major leagues at this hour. Both in the National League. This is the only American League game going on. The rest of the action will be staggered throughout the day and evening. 1-1. Hanley swings, rips it on the ground into left field, a base hit. Rounding second and stopping there is Mookie Betts. And now 2 men on and 1 out as Hanley Ramirez comes up with another hit. He's 3 for 4 today. Travis Shaw a chance to get the Red Sox in front. Betts representing the go-ahead run. Hanley Ramirez is on a tear. I was talking to John Farrell in his office yesterday about, why is it that some players can be big performers in certain parts of the year. Some guys start the season so well, then they level off. Other guys finish strongly, and he just said, well, sometimes you got good players who do good things at certain times, and they get a reputation for it. It's just hard to put a finger on. But Hanley's always been a good September hitter. 2 on, 1 out. Pitch to Shaw. Breaking ball in for a strike.
And they're going into this series. Stats show the Yankees 7, 8, and 9 guys. They now have at a better ERA than when they had Betances, Miller, and Chapman. But that's changed now in this series. They've had a rough time.
Warren's 0-1. And Shaw hits it on the ground right side. Backhanded and dropped by Teixeira. He picks it up, tosses to Warren covering, and gets Shaw. The Yankees get 1 out of it. The Red Sox move 2 runners up. Betts down to third base. Ramirez over to second. 2 men in scoring position.
Teixeira went in for defense in the 5th inning. It could have been a double play ball.
They managed just the 1 out. And Sandy Leon. An opportunity today for Sandy. He's 0 for 3. He bunted a man over, bunted Ramirez from second to third in the 6th inning, but bunted it too firmly, bunted for a hit. So not given credit for a sacrifice. Line score is dead even right now. 5-9-0 all the way across. 5 runs, 9 hits. Pitch to Sandy. Oh, curveball drops in nicely for a strike. 0-1. 5-5. Red Sox and Yankees, bottom of the 7th. Game 3 of this 4-game set. Red Sox will play the Yankees next week. After next week. Next week it's Baltimore and Tampa Bay, then the Yankees. Right after that. 2 Tuesdays from now that series begins. Today is game number 148 out of 162. 14 to go after today in the regular season. 0-1. Sandy lifts his hands up, takes an inside pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's at third. Ramirez at second base. Leon's been a pretty good September hitter also, hitting .304 this month. Warren gets the sign, and the right-hander set. Now the 1-1. It bounces, gets away. Here comes Mookie to score, and the Red Sox lead 6-5. Hanley Ramirez, he's going to come home, and he slides, and he is called out. He tried to steal the base with the pitcher and catcher not paying attention. But Romine came up and he squatted in front of the plate. Didn't give Hanley a lane. But the Red Sox still get 1 run out of the wild pitch as Mookie comes in to score.
Right, and Mookie read that beautifully. That ball wasn't that far away. He read it in score on that. He did not hesitate 1 brief millisecond.
Ronald Torreyes, right-handed batter. First plate appearance. As he takes a strike. He came in for Starlin Castro in the 5th inning. Castro hit a double and then pulled up lame coming around first base. Right hamstring strain for Castro. 0-1 the count to the right-handed hitter. 280 is his average. And Matt delivers a fastball high for a ball. 1-1. 1 home run for Torreyes and 9 runs batted in. So Betts scores, and with the pitcher Warren not near the plate, and the catcher Romine over by the fungo circle on the Red Sox side of things. Pitch on the corner for a strike. Good located fastball, 97, 1-2. Hanley Ramirez started, stopped. He got way down the line at third, realized nobody had seen him, and then decided to break for the plate. Romine was alerted, and he beat Hanley to the plate and blocked his lane as Hanley slid in and was tagged out for the final out. Barnes buries a curveball in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's one of the times it's okay for a catcher to block the entire plate. He's got possession of the baseball. Part of rule number 7.13 that was adjusted and enforced more, starting a couple of years ago. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Swung on, fouled back by Torreyes. Count still 2-2. Now the job for the Red Sox bullpen is to protect the lead. Mark Teixeira is on deck. Gregorius will hit after that. Two balls, 2 strikes. Barnes kicks and delivers. Ground ball to third. Bobbled by Shaw. He picks it up. Guns to first. In time to get him. Travis Shaw just stayed right with it. And it results in an out. 1 gone for the Yankees in the top of the 8th. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Track live scores right on your TV and easily switch between games with the Sports app. Shaw will shift over to the right side of the infield. Bogarts will be alone on the left as the switch hitting first baseman Mark Teixeira stands in from the left side. Teixeira's had a tough year. 199 is his average. Still managed to hit 12 out of the park and drive in 37. And he looks at a pitch down low for ball 1. He did not start today. Billy Butler started at first base and left after the 5th inning. Teixeira coming on to play defense. Yankees were leading then. Barnes set to go now. The 1-0 pitch to Teixeira. In for a called strike. See Matt roll out a number of breaking balls, curveballs, and sliders today. Last pitch a curveball. Ready for the 1-1. And Teixeira swings, grounds it to the right side. There's Shaw again in the shift. He throws on to first, 2 down. And this will bring up Didi Gregorius, the shortstop. He's had a good day. 2 for 3. 2 singles and a run scored.
Somebody yelled, or Romine would have really been embarrassed. He had his head down, turned around, and was facing right field when Hanley tried to score there.
An aggressive play by Hanley Ramirez. It's definitely some riverboat gambling, but it almost paid off.
The pitcher was nowhere to be seen either.
He wasn't at the plate. That should be where he is, especially after a wild pitch and a runner at third.
Kimbrel warming.
Pitch to Gregorius. High and outside, ball 1.
John Farrell said he'd not used Koji back-to-back days yet. He pitched last night.
Koji's looked very, very good since his return from the DL. Barnes 1-0. Gregorius takes outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Colgate Raiders are powerhouse. They lead Yale 52-13 with 11 minutes left.
You ready to put that one in the books?
Yes.
Okay. I think you were ready at halftime to put that one in the books.
There's family feud there with our brothers Yale grads.
Will there be a good-natured phone call after?
I think so.
2 ball, no strike pitch to Gregorius. And he takes it low, 3-0. So Matt got the first 2 outs quickly on ground outs. Now facing Gregorius, falls behind 3-0. Leon, Bradley, and Benintendi, the scheduled hitters for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th. 3 ball, no strike pitch. And it's in for a strike. 97 miles an hour over the outer half. Three and 1. Didi Gregorius, 18 home runs. And the shortstop waits from the left side. The pitch. 1-0. Check swing. And it's fouled off. And that'll make it a full count at 3-2. So Barnes with a chance to get him. Fans now starting to rise to their feet around Fenway Park. And as they clap and keep an eye on Matt Barnes. 2 outs, bases empty, 3-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here's the payoff. Swung on a little number foul, third base side, rolling right through the Yankees fungo circle. And back to home plate will be Gregorius to face another 3-2 pitch. The Red Sox hang on today. It'll be a big win, big comeback again. Still a ways to go. 2 outs. Barnes the high set. Right-handers 3-2. And Gregorius looks at ball 4 in the dirt, and he's put the tying run on. Gregorius trotting down to first base. This will bring up Chase Headley.
Kimbrel was warming, threw only 9 pitches last night. Let's see if he's going to go to him here.
He will. John Farrell going to the bullpen. He's bringing on Craig Kimbrel early to go after Chase Headley for the final out of the 8th inning. So Matt Barnes.
New Britain, Connecticut native Steve Dalkowski, who never made the major leagues, threw over 100. Had games where he'd walk 20 and strike out 21.
One of the things that science says, doesn't appear to be true, but science says that a fastball cannot rise. Craig Kimbrel has a fastball that appears to rise. So he is set to go. Bent over at the waist. He gets his sign. First pitch coming to Chase Headley with 2 men out. And it's in for a strike. Starts him off with a curveball.
Headley is 1 for 2 against him. Hit a home run. Came in the National League.
Well, the Red Sox up 6-5. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Kimbrel's next pitch to Headley. Swung on and missed. Doubled up on the curveball. And now he's probably got Headley wondering, is he going to triple up on me or is he coming with the gas?
Triple up.
No balls and 2 strikes. Gregorius the runner at first. He represents the tying run. And here comes the 0-2 pitch from Craig Kimbrel to Chase Headley. Missed the inside as he started him with a fastball. That's the first fastball. And it's 1-2, 98 miles an hour. When you look at Craig Kimbrel and you stand next to him, he's not enormous in stature. Not a guy you'd think could throw a ball through a brick wall, but he can. Just super country strong. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on it, missed, strike 3. Got him on a heater at 97. So Kimbrel puts out, shifted to the right for Leon, batting left-handed. And Warren, the right-hander, out of the stretch of the pitch. And it's in there for a called strike over the outer half of the plate. So Kimbrel will go for a 4-out save. He'll have the top of the 9th as Leon swings and misses at the changeup. Warren pulled the string a little bit. And it's 0-2. Headley moves over to the right side of the infield. Gregorius to the left side. Yankees shifting again. Gap in right center field for Leon. 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled off down the third base side. Out of play. Sandy more than likely not playing tomorrow night. That's why he's catching the day game after the night game last night. Drew Pomerantz will pitch. And more than likely Ryan Hannigan will do the catching. 0-2 delivery. Sandy waves and misses at a ball that slowed down on him, a curveball. And Leon is out. He's 0 for 4 today. 1 gone for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th inning. Don't forget the Sunoco postgame show. Save 5 cents on every gallon instantly with your Sunoco Rewards credit card.
Gardner, by the way, moved to center, so Ellsbury must be hurting. Austin in left.
Those are the defensive changes here late. Again, it was Ellsbury banging into the outfield wall earlier. There's a shot into right center field by Jackie Bradley. Turning first base and holding there. And Jackie's got his first base hit. He's reached base 3 times now, twice with a walk. Struck out back in the second inning, a 1-out single for Jackie Bradley Jr. So on Bogart's double in the 7th, Ellsbury hit the wall awkwardly on the backside of the Red Sox bullpen. Andrew Benintendi doubled and scored in the 3rd inning. He's walked once, 1 for 2 today. Outside corner, good for a strike with a change. Adam Warren is the 4th pitcher used by the Yankees today. Brian Mitchell started, went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 4 earned runs. Neither starter will have anything to do with the outcome here. Warren is on the hook. And now the 0-1. And Benintendi takes it up high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
So they're going to have Romine, Mason Williams, Gardner, and if anybody reaches Austin, who's hitting in Ellsbury's spot.
Barnes would be the pitcher of record for the Red Sox. 1-1 pitch. We'll wait. The throw to first base. Jackie gets back. Barnes had a big strikeout at the end of the top of the 7th inning. Ended up going an inning and a 1/3. The pitch cut on and missed. Strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes to Andrew Benintendi. Jackie Bradley Jr., the runner at first base, 1 man out. Red Sox with a 1-run lead, 6-5. Trying to take this series against the Yankees. Yankees in the 9th will have the bottom part of the order up, 8, 9, and 1. The 1-2 now from Warren to Benintendi. He swings and fouls it back.
2 pitchers we have not yet seen in this series. Nick Goody, a righty, and Richard Blyer, a lefty, warming.
Well, there's always tomorrow.
They have 13 relievers.
We may see him tomorrow. We've seen everybody except those 2. And a wait for tomorrow night's game, too. 8 o'clock start. 8:08 they expect the first pitch to be thrown here. 1-2 to Benintendi. And he looks at a ball away. Change up off the outside corner. And it's 2-2. Tomorrow night, Drew Pomeranz 2-5 against CC Sabathia. He's 8-12. We're on the air with a pregame show, 7:20. Again, an 8:08 first pitch. Sunday night baseball. Then it's off to Baltimore right after. 2-2. Benintendi hits this one in the air to right field deep. Going back is Williams. He is at the track and in front of the bullpen, makes the catch. Oh, a deep fly ball out, and Williams had to battle the sun right in front of the Yankee pen. But a long and loud out for Andrew Benintendi. 2 gone.
He's narrowly missed 2 home runs today. It went off the center field wall earlier.
Well, he's got some pop, and we can only assume that's going to continue to improve over time. Now Dustin Pedroia 0 for 4 looking for a hit. His average has dropped down to 328. Adam Warren ready to deliver with Bradley at first base. And Dustin steps out and takes ball 1 outside. He struck out looking with the bases loaded in the 6th inning. And he was upset. John Farrell had to come out and get him as he continued to bark at Bill Welke. Welke gave him a long leash.
Look, he walked away up the third baseline, did the right thing.
Warren's pitch. Petey taking again. This time it's a strike. 1-1. Ball and a strike to Dustin Pedroia. Bradley leading off first, held on by Teixeira. Throw over it. Jackie gets back. 2 outs. Might see Jackie take off. Infield playing back. Takes him a couple of steps longer to get to the bag on a throw. The right-handed bat up. Second baseman Torres should be covering. 1-1 pitch. And Dustin takes outside again. 2 balls and a strike to Pedroia. Pedroia flied out to right in the first, lined out to right in the third, popped up to second in the fifth, and then, as we told you, struck out looking in the sixth. Here comes the 2-ball 1-strike offering from Warren. And Pedroia taps this one toward the left side of the infield. Picked up by Headley on the run. He makes the throw and he gets Dustin. A tough day for Pedroia at the plate. He goes 0 for 5. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. No Yankee errors. 3 outs to go as we go to.
And then Brett Gardner. Romine single, double off the wall to drive in 2 and struck out looking. Right-hand batter against the right-hand pitcher, and the first one is in there for a strike. 97. That was an easy 97. One would give the Red Sox a clinch of the season series with the Yankees and would assure them of staying 2 in front of Baltimore and Toronto. Whatever happens tonight. Here's the 0-1. Check swing on a breaking ball low and away. Kimbrel threw 9 pitches last night, striking out Ellsbury and Sanchez to win the game. He's at 6 pitches now, 4 strikes. The 1-1. Low and away with a breaking ball. 6 runs, 10 hits for the Red Sox, 5 runs, 9 hits for the Yankees, who last scored in the 4th inning on the 2-run double by Romine. Pitch to the big right-hand batting catcher. Here it is. And he swings and misses. Threw that one by him at 98. Left-hand batting Williams on deck, then left-hand batting Gardner. After that, it'd be Austin, who took over for the injured Ellsbury. We didn't get our injury report on Jacoby. Crashed into the wall with his knee. Here's the 2-2. Just missing outside. Oh, Leone held it there a beat. 98. That could have been strike 3. Well, he's had a lot of close pitches today. I think he got it right, though. 3-2. Kimbrel from the set, ready for the payoff pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He threw it by him. Austin Romine had no chance.
Just 97-mile-an-hour gas.
So here is Mason Williams, good-looking left-hand hitter who missed most of this year with labrum surgery in AAA. Left-hand batter. His dad, as we mentioned, Derwin, was a wide receiver with the Patriots. Left-hand batter. Had a couple of hits last night. He is 2 for 4. Wearing number 66, took over in right field for Rep Snyder, who struck out 3 times. The first plate appearance here for Williams. And the pitch, and he swings and misses. Swung over the top of the curveball by about a foot.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it last night, too, and he got Ellsbury on a curveball. Ellsbury missed the curveball by like a foot and a half. He's got such tremendous bend on that curveball.
Kimbrel with an 0-1. And a swinging strike and another curve. The Red Sox hitters got David Price off the hook. Although David came back to pitch scoreless ball in the 5th and 6th innings and give the club 6 to save an early call to the pen. He's getting a no decision today, so his win streak remains intact. 0-2 to Mason Williams, who debuted last year. The pitch. Foul to the backstop on a high fastball. Williams was born in Pawtucket. His dad was with the Patriots. Grew up in the Orlando area. As I mentioned last night, his great uncle, Walt Nonek Williams, is an outfielder for the White Sox, Indians, and Astros. 0-2. Kimbrel now set to pitch, and time called by the hitter. Granted the hitter by Welke. Right knee, the injury for Ellsbury. He cracked into the wall out by the bullpen hard on Bogart's double. 0-2, here it is. Strike call, fastball backed over the inside corner. Williams goes down looking. Oh, that had some movement at 99. It started inside and backed over about thigh high.
Mason Williams may have seen some fastballs in his young career, but he hasn't seen one like this.
So Kimbrel's faced 5 men in the series and struck them all out. 2 last night, 3 so far, and here comes Gardner, who bounced off 4-3, tripled into the triangle to drive in a run, flied to right, and walked and was caught stealing. Red Sox trying to make it 3 in a row in the series. Kimbrel ready to pitch. Right down the middle, call strike 1 at 98. He's been efficient, 15 pitches, 11 strikes. 0-1 to Gardner, who is 0 for 1 against him with a walk and a strikeout. Craig at the belt. He is 0-1. Curve foul straight back out of play, and he jumps ahead 0-2. So he's faced 5 men in this series and fanned them all. Trying to make it 6 right here to end it. The Red Sox closer peers in for the sign from Matt Crouch. He comes to the set position. Up by his chin. He fires 0-2. Low and inside with a curve. Tyler Austin would be next. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. 6-5 Red Sox in the top of the 9th at Fenway before a sellout crowd. Just about all of them appear to have stayed. Kimbrel peering in, gets the sign. He's ready. He kicks the 1-2 outside. 2-2. Gardner taps the bat on the plate. Kimbrel comes to the belt, now sets up by his chin. His 2-2 pitch outside. The walk would bring Austin up, and Sanchez after that. And that's not going to be Austin. McCann is now on deck. Brian McCann. He'd pinch hit for Austin. It was 0-2. Now it's 3-2. Kimbrel ready at the set position. The payoff pitch. Swinging a foul down the left side, out of play. Crowd standing here at Fenway.
Kimbrel coming with a 3-2 curveball. Trying to get the left-handed hitter to swing over the top.
It was in the strike zone. McCann, of course, caught the Kimbrel in Atlanta. He's on deck. The power threat. Hanley guarding the line at first. Outfield straight away. Kimbrel with another 3-2 pitch to Gardner. He kicks and fires. Strike 3 call. Got him on a fastball. The ball game is over. Craig Kimbrel strikes out all 5 men he faces today. All 4 men he faces today. He struck out both hitters he faced yesterday. The Red Sox beat the Yankees 6-5. They make it 3 in a row in the series. They win the season series. They've clinched it. They lead 10-5. And the Red Sox are insured of keeping at least a 2-game lead throughout today in the American League's Eastern Division. 6-5 Boston as Kimbrel saves the win for Matt Barnes. And the Red Sox go to 20 games over 500 for the first time this year at 84-64. And Craig Kimbrel with a 4-out save, fanning all 4 men. But
Joe, thanks so much, and welcome into the Sunoco postgame show. Sunoco, proud to fuel the Red Sox radio network. What an afternoon for a couple of young Red Sox offensive players. Xander Bogaerts went 3 for 4. He scored 3 runs and drove